Silent Hill, a movie brand that just has not done well at the box office, I don't think. Not a lot of people really talk about the first two Silent Hill movies. They talk a lot about the games, but really not the movies. And the movies is what kind of introduced me into the franchise. I do remember watching kind of like Watch Mojo videos on who like the coolest killer is, and like Pyramid Head would be up there, and I was always fascinated with the concept of Pyramid Head, but I never really dove too deep into it until I saw the movies, and I was kind of forced to watch the first movie. I didn't really think I'd like it, and much to my surprise, I didn't really like it. I was not a fan. Pyramid Head is pretty much the only good standout of that movie for me, and I enjoyed it for what it was, but I don't know, I just didn't really care for it that much until I saw the second movie. I need a Pyramid Head figure. Led me down the path to finding the second game and actually buying it, and well, it was interesting. I just want to get out the door, please. Oh my god. Okay, we're getting the hang of it. We're getting the hang of this. Wait. Oh my, wait, hold on. Okay, I understand now. I'm done. I can't. I don't even know what happened there. I think I want to leave now. This also led me to buy the pack from Dead by Daylight, and well, I did pretty decent here. You know, playing as Pyramid Head is actually like really dope. I actually really enjoy playing as this character. Oh yeah, get some. Stupid Laurie Strode, like come on. You ain't nothing for me. Let's go. I'll get your friends in a minute. You're just gonna stay right here until I come and get you. There you go. Hang tight. Alright, that's 2. Here you go, little buddy. You stay right there. Awesome. God, again? You should have just stayed on the hook, my guy. You silly little goober. Come here. Get back on that little hook. I put you there for a little reason. Here, go on this one. This one might be more comfortable. He's saying none of them are comfortable. Oh, that was fast. Okay. Dude, I don't know what's happening to me right now, but I'm doing decent. I never do decent as the killer. And I found you too. Alright, let's go. I don't know where your buddy is, but you're just gonna stay right here. There you go. Have fun. I caught you. Thought you could hide from me. I heard you wailing from all the way around. Dude, this is like the best I've done. The only time that I've done this good is with Michael Myers like forever ago. This is nuts. I'm actually like kind of surprised by this. I think I might be a generous person because I've played as the survivor a lot, and I might actually just let the last person, live. That's what I'm probably gonna do. Come on, go in. Why are they running? Am I just a scary guy with a giant mace knife? Where'd you go? Come on, go. Get out of here. Go. There you go. Good job. I don't think I've ever just won a match of that. I consider that a win because I could have killed her at any time, but I'm proud of that. Holy crap, man. Dude, I don't do that good. I spent like 3 minutes playing this game. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's get on to the actual review. The second movie blew me away. I was absolutely shocked that I actually enjoyed the second movie, which really made me want to go out and get a Pyramid Head figure. And I was happy and lucky enough to actually get one for 30 bucks on eBay. And this is a, what was it? It's supposed to be a Figma figure. And little did I know that it was kind of kind of a knockoff. Yeah, with it being a knockoff, it's not great, but we're gonna get into this review. And yeah, I really hope you enjoy this video. And yeah, I cannot wait to show you guys what else we have in store for this video, because we got some pretty cool stuff. And before you guys click off or continue with the video, I would like to let you guys know that I'm doing something a little different that might be kind of cool for a lot of you. And this is kind of just for fun. I don't know if you guys will even comment on this video, because I don't really get much comments. I get a couple here and there, but I think it'd be kind of cool to do this. So what I have with me are 3 different blind bags right here. And I thought it would be kind of cool just to kind of do something fun, is to have you guys guess which one that we have in the bag. And I just dropped one. So we're gonna be doing this at the end of the video because I think it'd be kind of cool. And if you guys pick the right one, your names will be written on the little tags of these little figures, and you're gonna be displayed on the wall for everyone to kind of see. Not really, it's gonna be in the corner there, but I'll show it off every vlog video. And I thought it would be kind of fun just for some engagement clout. I don't know. But I thought it'd be fun. If nobody comments, I really don't mind. It'd just be the first person who says what it is, I guess, and then I'll write your name down because it'd just be kind of fun. But we'll be doing it at the end of the video, so stay tuned for the rest of that, I guess. But this might be a long one, so strap in and yeah, grab your ginormous blade and let's get right into looking at this knockoff Figma Pyramid Head figure. Now we're doing this video a little bit differently than we're used to here on the channel, but we're taking a look at the box art real quick, because the box art I found very interesting, and it was kind of the first kind of sign that I saw that this was a bootleg. So first of all, it says Silent Hill right there, red pyramid thing. Red pyramid thing. Is that from the games? I'm assuming that's from the games, because I think I remember seeing or hearing that from our main character in the second game. But yeah, it's a very interesting name. I think I'll just go for Pyramid Head right now. But this is based off the Silent Hill 2 game, so the box looks pretty decent, but you can tell right off the bat that there's something very off with this box. And you do start to see that the more you look at it, that these images look very grainy, and I don't understand why they they decided to go for these really bad images, especially on the back here. You can barely see anything, and these words you can barely read out because it's just so blurry. But yeah, it's basically what we got here: images of Pyramid Head, images of Pyramid Head in the wrong color than what he looks like on the figure. But yeah, we're pretty much just gonna take a look at like the trays and stuff, because we have the figure that we're gonna look at separately. So first of all, he does come with 2 different trays. So he's got this first one, which comes with a bunch of little accessories plus some very cheap and nasty packaging right here. He also does have a second tray, which this houses some other accessories, and most of them are just kind of for the stand. And he's got his array of hands here, which I've painted already, but we're not going to take a look at those yet. So we're just gonna talk about this figure real quick, because this figure is not really good. So the figure being a knockoff, the painting and the sculpting is pretty decent. I mean, it's copied right off the Figma figure, but the painting is not great. I don't know what they were going for with this green design with this very weird dirt skin. I don't know what they were going for with this figure, but it doesn't look good at all. The paint is pretty bad, and especially for the clothes, it just does not match at all. But it just doesn't even match evenly with the skin, because there's some parts with the skin that just doesn't match, and you can even tell on like the joint parts itself. And people say that the Doomslayer Figma figure has the bad exposed joints. This guy's on a whole other level when it comes to that. So yeah, the joints look horrible. The paint just pretty much just falls apart every time you just touch it. It just looks bad. I don't know what they were going for, and it just doesn't feel good at all. The head definitely kind of fell off a lot, but I was able to kind of fix it with just kind of pressing the head in a little bit more. But it still is just,
it's not good. It's shit. It's just shit. Yeah, it just doesn't really make you want to play with it that much because it just falls apart. It feels like a puppet, and it feels like just a knockoff. Like it just feels like a puppet that just the strings are just all over the place. It's like one of those string puppets. That's basically the best way to describe this thing. But I decided, since I paid $30 for this, let's fix it ourselves. And here we have the repainted pyramid head. And I almost called him Pinhead. I always get those two confused. But here we have the repainted pyramid head. And I am so proud of how I did this figure. It's not perfect, but I was kind of basing the reference off the actual game, which was probably a bad idea because there's some parts that I think I've not really captured as well. But I think I did a decent part. So this is just amazing. I am so proud of this. So we're going to talk you through the painting process real quick, and then we'll actually talk about the figure in detail and get a little bit more adjusted to this. So the boots I left alone. The boots I did not touch at all. I just kept those stock black, and I honestly really didn't need to touch them. I pretty much did some weathering on the blade as well. There is just a little bit of brown in there, but nothing crazy. I think it was painted decently already. The biggest things that I did was the skin tone. The skin tone was definitely very off, and I fixed it. I fixed it as best I could, and usually I suck at doing skin tones. And not only did I do skin tones, but I added it like dirty and stuff, and I also added vein work. I never add vein work on figures because I am really bad at it. This is probably some of my best vein work that I have ever done before, and I am so proud of it. And you can kind of see, I'm going to bring out my little Wolfman cane here. You can kind of see within here, you have this nice little blue that's mixed in there. Those are just all painted by me, and I'm so surprised by that. And it just looks overall so much better. This whole piece here, I don't know what that is. I really don't. I thought it was part of his head, but then I saw like the remake of the game, which came out like a couple of days ago on the PS5, and it looks like just a bag. So I don't know what this is, but you can make it what it's supposed to be. I really don't know what that is supposed to be, and I tried to look up as many reference photos as I could. Nothing was really clicking. I think the biggest thing that I did as well was the clothes. The clothes were another thing that I had to do as well. And I completely redid all that green, so now it has this nice little tan work to it. I painted the buckles in, so the buckles here have a little bit of brown in them, and also the buckle part is a silver. And we have that there, and we also have it on the back of the figure here with the straps being brown and the buckles being silver. So that was fun to do. I actually really enjoyed that. And there's also just like, I also added that tan color with also kind of dry brushing some brown in there as well to make this thing look disgusting. And I also added just a bunch of blood because the blood was on the figure before. So I had to just mix that in there. And of course I had to do it on the hands and also just some spots here and also on the skin as well. I just needed to do. I also painted the hands white because the hands weren't white. So I had to redo the hands, and I also just added a bunch of blood on there as well. And I think that this guy came out amazingly, and you can see that the joints pretty much match the skin. This one might be a little bit lighter, but hey, it's so much better than what it was before. The biggest part was the head. I did not color in the neck because, I mean, you're never going to see the neck. His head is always going to be down unless you had just some kind of like downwards pose like this, but you can always just kind of fix that like that or just make the environment darker. But I think I did I'm so proud of this. I hope you guys do think this is awesome as well. So in terms of also painting this, I also fixed the joints a little bit. So just a little bit, nothing crazy. the joints can actually now hold poses, and he doesn't fall apart as much as he used to. So we'll take him off of his stand, which is included with the figure, and we'll just give him a little bit of a shake test. Yeah, oh yeah, he does not fall apart. He doesn't feel like he's gonna fall apart. And I'm so proud of that. So basically what I did was I did a little trick, which is very tricky to actually get the hang of. But what I did was I took the joints out like fully and just unplugged them like this. And what I did was I added a little bit of super glue, took some tissue, and kind of formed that onto the joint itself. That tightens up the joint and kind of fuses the paper towel onto the actual joint itself. You plug that back in, and it's good as new. It actually holds poses instead of flopping around. And I think that it's awesome. It's so cool. And yeah, it was just so much fun to actually do. And I'm so proud of the work that I did with that. So I think my least favorite part is probably the head. I repainted the head and I tried to make it look as rusty as I could. I could probably do a little bit better. I might go back to this, but I don't know. It just mostly looks like chocolate to me. And I think it's a little too, I don't know. Maybe a dry brushing of silver might help it out, but I think it looks decent. It looks decent enough. I don't mind it. But yeah, I did fix the head as well. All you have to do is just press that in there more, and then it actually, you know, holds its poses and stuff. So I'm pretty proud of that. So I did mention he does come with some accessories, so we're going to talk about those right now. I really didn't want to talk about them yet, but we're here now. Let's get back on into this. So he does come with 5 pairs of hands. So he has 4 on the runners right here, and he has the 2 on his hand. He has one that's holding the actual weapon, and he's got this one open hand as well. The hands are very attached together. I'm assuming they're just bandages wrapped around his hand. That's why they look like that. But you can see he has a bunch of different hands. He has another holding hand. He has 2 fists here. He has some more holding hands here, kind of. And then he has some open palms right there. So, and I painted all these white with a little bit of brown kind of dry brushing on there. I think these ones are the only ones that I forgot to paint with that brown dry brush on there. But then I also added the blood on like all over the hands, and I think it just looks fine. It looks awesome. I'm pretty happy with how that came out. He also comes with his big old blade here, which I'm pretty happy with how this looks. I think they did a pretty decent sculpt with copying the Figma figure, but it's not bad. I really do like it. And it is very flexible. It's very rubbery, so you don't have to worry about breaking that. And also, underneath the head looks so much better. I mean, it's not like a big change, but I mean, it's better than what it was before. He does come with this interchangeable neck piece, which is supposed to go on the figure. I don't know if I'll actually show it off. Maybe in some of the photos I'll do in a little bit. But you can see that he does have this neck with the hole in it, and that in tangent goes with this. So this is his spear, which comes apart in 2 different pieces. So he has this very long spear. It feels very cheap. It doesn't feel good at all. I might fix this, but I'm never going to pose him with this at all. That's why I really didn't do much with it. I think I added just a tiny bit of dry brushing to the tip of this, but yeah, that's the spear itself. So basically you're supposed to take this part off and stick it into his neck like so, just like that. So it's supposed to look like he's in being impaled by the neck. So that's the vibe it's going for. So I might show that off, might not. We'll see how that goes. But overall, this figure is pretty cool when you actually, give it some love and attention, and that's all this figure needed. And even though it's a bootleg, I mean, it didn't bring that upon itself. I mean, I think it still needs a little bit of love, and once you put that care into it, then it starts to like really work out. And yeah, it's so cool. I'm so happy that I was able to actually make this figure look pretty decent. So we're going to take a look at this posability. It's very, we can actually look at the posability now. So the head is on a ball joint, which is in 2 different segments. It's got one here at the head, and it's got one at the base of the neck right there. So you can look down that far, and you can look up that far. He's got some side to side as well. The arm can go out to about that far. He can do a full rotation. If you kind of work with it. It does have a butterfly joint, which is very nice. It's got a swivel at the bicep with a bend as well, which is a very far bend. That's pretty decent. Still at the arm and a little bit of an up and down with the hinge joint here. He has two segments of posability at the waist. He's got one here at the chest, and there's one here at the waist too, but this one I think I had to glue in. It's not glued in permanently, but it's very tight because this thing was flopping around as well. So yeah, I think that it just makes it better, and I don't really need him into a lot of crunching poses because, I mean, he does crunch a lot, but I can get him into some, but I didn't need it overly loose, you know what I mean? But he does have just that side to side as well, and my little notepad keeps falling off my lap a little bit. But he's got some side to side as well, which can make him crunch to about there and go back to about there. With this skirt piece, it's very impossible to get him into a spread, but you can, get them to about that far. And it does help with the little slits right here to get them to a decent amount. With the pants as well, you can't really have his legs go out that far. He can't really bend his knees that much, but he can kind of right there. So it's nothing crazy. He has a swivel at the foot. He has an up and down as well, a toe pivot, and he can probably do like that fake McFarlane pivot at the ankle. So posability on this figure is not bad, but honestly he doesn't move much in the game, so you can get him into some very iconic poses if you wanted, and it still works out very, very nicely. So yeah, I think that they did a pretty awful job at this figure, but again, with that time and that care of the figure, it works out very nicely. And I'm not really going to have him into a lot of poses, but he is going to have his signature blade in hand, and how that goes in is pretty much just like this. You just got to slide it onto his hand, and you just kind of got to twist it with it. I don't think it's going to break, but I mean, it's a knockoff figure, you never know. And I really do like how far the wrist peg moves, just so you can get the blade to be at a decent point. And I think I put this on wrong, so I'm gonna have to fix that real quick. But doing this figure was so much fun to do. I did not think I was gonna have it in me to do this as good as I did, but my specialty is these horror figures. I think that's pretty much my specialty, and I'm struggling putting this thing on because when it came with the Batman figure, I had trouble trying to do Ben Affleck's face, but doing this guy, I mean, he doesn't have a face, but doing these horror figures are just so fun because they're ugly, and they're kind of supposed to be ugly a little bit, and I just think that it works out to how it's supposed to go. So here's a little something like he's like slamming his sword down like this. And again, we can still work with it a little bit more, and this is on camera, so you can kind of get him like this or something. There you go. There's something. He looks like he has a metal detector, and he's trying to find his lost blade, another blade or something he lost. But yeah, with the included stand, which is actually kind of decent. It's very knockoff like. It doesn't feel great at all. But yeah, he does come with a stand here, and he does come with only this stand. What am I saying? He comes with the hinge jointed base here, which has a hinge joint here, hinge joint here, hinge joint here. It feels very bad because I can tell that they did not. There's a lot of excess plastic here, so they just got it right off the mold. Didn't even try to refurnish it. And make it to where you don't cut yourself or anything. They just kind of just threw it on in there and said whatever. Now he also does come with this little piece here, which just pretty much plugs into right here, so you can kind of get them to more stable poses, I guess. I really don't know what this little piece is for, but it's there if you need it. I usually don't use these pieces, and you can see there is some excess plastic still there as well. They tried to rip this figure off, but yeah, I think they did a decent. If you want to get a cheap pyramid head, because I'm pretty sure the official one goes for a lot more, this one might be the one for you. But you really do have to put in the time for this, and I'm glad I did. I'm so happy that I did this figure, and yeah, I definitely should work for bootleg companies because they don't know what they're doing over there apparently. I'm just kidding. I like official stuff. I respect the law, but it's a cool figure overall. I am very happy with it, especially with the amount of work that I put into it. And yeah, I'm just overall really happy with how he came out. So we're gonna do a little bit of a size comparison. Then I think we're gonna call it quits. So here he is next to the McFarlane Jason Goes to Hell figure, which honestly, they're pretty much the same height, which I don't know. I never really liked. When I played the second game and I got to the Pyramid Head fight scene for the first time, I didn't really care for the size of him. Like, I always see Pyramid Head as a giant dude, and I don't know, just having them the same size as like the main character just really didn't appeal to me as much, but it's whatever. But here he is next to Jason. Here he is next to an actual official Figma figure, which I think they scale a bit better together. I kind of like the scaling to that. I feel like he could be a little bit more muscular. I don't know, but I think the scaling's fine. I like the scaling. And here he is next to the Figma, not the Figma, the Mafex T800 figure, which scale pretty decent. And because I kind of mentioned puppets earlier, here he is next to Blade from the Puppet Master NECA line. And here he is next to Cujo, which I think scale pretty decently together. Cujo doesn't look like a puppy with this figure. He looks like a big dog. So yeah, if you want to see that figure, he was the last video's review, so go check that out if you want to. But yeah, that is it. We're done. So as much as I really was, not liking this figure in the beginning, doing the work and doing the paint job was so much fun. It was so relaxing to do, and I just had a blast with it. And yeah, I don't think I'd ever take it back. So if I want to count it as a knockoff as a whole without doing any modifications, this thing was pretty bad. This thing's paint was pretty off. The sculpting was pretty mid. I mean, the sculpting's fine. Like, the sculpting does not change, like, even with the paint job. So I really did like the sculpting. But the paint just made it look like crap. The quality of it just felt so bad. The accuracy was pretty decent, I guess, just besides the coloring. But yeah, the quality was horrible. But overall, it was not a great figure, and I would have probably sold it if I didn't want to put the work into it. So it would have probably gotten a 3 out of 5. Maybe even lower than that. I'd probably put this at like a 2, because it wasn't fun. It wasn't fun to handle, and I would have just sold it if I didn't put the work into it. But with doing the paint, I think the paint just looks so much better now. The sculpting, I think the paint really complements the sculpt work a lot too. So I think that works. The accuracy, I think, works better now, so that's pretty cool. The quality is still kind of but I fixed a lot of it, so I'm pretty happy with it. So I think that my custom figure is going to get, I'm gonna say, trying to be biased, but I'm gonna say a 4.6 or a 4.5. I think 4.5. Maybe some improvements couldn't be in there, but a 4.5 is a much better than like a 2. So I'm pretty happy overall with how this figure came to be. So that's pretty much it. That's all I have to say for this figure. And with the video being done and over with, I want to do something really quick with you guys. I have 3 different blind bags here, and I thought it'd be kind of fun to have you guys guess which one that's inside of it. And we'll take a look at what's inside of it at the end of the next video we do. So probably Thursday. I think we're doing a video Thursday with another figure. So when we get to that video, definitely look out for looking at these. So we're going to be doing these at probably the end of every video, and I think we're going to start with this one. This one is the Universal Monsters figure bag clip. So I thought it'd be kind of fun to just do something fun with blind bags. So I thought this was just a very creative way to do this. So we have a collection of figures right here, and it's up to you guys to guess which one. If you guys can guess correctly, I will be writing your names on the little tag that's probably on this, like the little keychain part that's on this, and hanging you guys on the wall for, on the back of the videos probably, so you guys can actually see it. And we're starting off with this one because I think this one's a pretty cool one. So we have Chucky, Michael Myers, Big Daddy from Land of the Dead. we have Darkman, we have Quint from Jaws, we have Bruce the Shark from Jaws, we have Eddie, Herman, and Grandpa from the Munsters, and 2 exclusives. So you guys tell me which one you think that is going to be in this bag. It's not heavy, but it's, it's got some weight to it. For me personally, I would love to have Michael, I would love to have Herman Munster, the Jaws, and I'd love to probably have Chucky as well. And maybe one of these guys as well. I think this one's going to be a Chucky. I don't know who this is, but I don't know. The hair kind of... Okay, not really. It looks a little too flat for Chucky. This might be part of the Monsters game. I'm not sure. But anyways, you guys let me know in the comments section what you guys would love to see. And yeah, that's going to be this entire video. I hope you guys do enjoy this one. And yeah, I hope you guys do, guess, because I think it would be kind of fun. And yeah, I think it's a pretty creative way to, just let you guys in or something like that. But that's pretty much that. Put down your guesses in the comments. Whoever guesses right first gets to be on the keychain. So yeah, we'll try this out, see if it sticks, and maybe we'll make a tradition of this every Halloween. Just get a bunch of blind bags and just start opening them up and writing people's name down. And I think that'd be kind of cool. But thank you guys again so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.